vibe.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's About Life. It's your boy Shane, a.k.a. Black Duplicate. We got our boy Spliff at the bottom. You already know who he is. He's been on here all over the place. Yes. First Spirit Day for him, though, so he's going to be able to see some dope stuff, give his insight from his point of view on some of the content that we be finding from all over the place. You know, I don't be on TikTok, Instagram finding entertainment. I be on there finding content to talk about. That's what I look for. You know what I'm saying? So y'all already know who Rashad Jamel is. I'm sure everybody that's watching this most likely knows who he is. If you don't, you'll see his TikTok at the end. By the way, free Jamal, as we all know. So let's do this, Rashad. Get your ass out of prison, bro. You know we got to get him out. But let's look into his content. This might hit some people a little harder than usual. So take it for how you feel it. Whatever you feel is how you feel. You know what I'm saying? But I can relate. You know what I'm saying? So let's watch this content real quick. Which that is on a couple weeks ago.
When he came on that ship,
Yep.
told their ass, nigga, do y'all know what's nigga, y'all kids finna be slaves.
Yep.
But what if we die?
You're already
Y'all
dead.
Go up there, nigga, and sink this whole motherfucking ship, burn this bitch, kill the captain, and flip the whole ship over. Nigga, but what if we die? Nigga, y'all already dead.
Facts.
That's how y'all sound today. I mean, we'll burn this bitch to the ground, nigga, so our kids ain't gotta go through this shit. But what if we die? Nigga, you already dead, nigga. You ain't free. You pay for everything. You don't even know who you is. You been dead, nigga. Already dead, nigga. You ain't alive. You ain't living. How you living? You don't even know who you is.
Yep.
Or why you came, or where you came from.
Now that's one of the places that's sharing this content. You can go over there and you can find. I have him on my following, so you can always go to my following on my TikTok and find his actual real page if it's still up. I haven't checked. The video he talked about with Orlando is I posted that about 3 weeks ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. If you go on my Bantu playlist, right, the Spirit playlist on Thursday's playlist, you can find it in there. It's very, very, very powerful. He had a very extremely powerful speech during the slave days when they were taking some of the slaves from the homeland and bringing them over on the boat. And he was displaying himself as a god, as an African god. And he was telling them, coming down to them, telling them what they need to do. And inevitably, they killed all the Dutch on the ship and burned it down and died with the ship. Right? As you know, there's no history of any damn slave ships. I haven't seen any.
Like actual real history?
Yeah, like I haven't seen with my own eyes real slave ships. I don't know where they are. I don't know what happened. Right? I don't know what happened. But I'll tell you this. From what they stated, if this is real, this shows you how powerful we are if this is real. They said the journey was longer than 6 months. These men and women were stacked in boxes on top of one another. No food, no water. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I butchered it a little bit. Either way, you're telling me these people were on a ship for 6 months, barely eating anything or any food or any water, right? And then supposedly, I think, like 75% died. But there was about 30% that survived. Now, that 30% was used as slaves to basically build some of the monuments and some of the stuff in some of the country as we see now. But I do feel that there was also another civilization here as well that was also slaves as well in that time frame. And I mind you, everybody, every culture had slaves at one point in time. That's facts, right?
Like enslaving their own people.
Exactly, even enslaving their own people. You could.
Or like if I
Yep.
beat you, capture your people, we made slaves.
That was part of war. If you read anything about war, that's part of war. You kill all the men, you take the women and the children, and you to build your shit and build your cities and keep your generations going, which is why we're all so mixed up. Right? Reason why I have some Viking blood in me as well. Right? Because the Vikings went around the world killing everybody, right? And pillaging and taking the women and having babies and doing all that shit. It happened in all over the world. Right? So yes, you're very right. 100% war. If you can even read Richest Man in Babylon, if you read the book Richest Man in Babylon, it tells you about how to make money using gold, and talk about slaves, right? How the Babylonians had slaves. Everybody had slaves, right? But now it's a different type of slave now. Back then it was physical slavery.
Now it's mental slavery.
Right? Because when they created then they abolished slavery, they abolished physical slavery. And brought in something new, which is what Kanye West stated in a while back. I think it was the Yeezus album when he stated "new slaves." New slaves, right? And I believe that's what he was talking about, right?
Oh boy, though they knew that from the beginning.
Yep.
That was the whole plan. Like we'll free you. It was a mind thing. Like we'll free you physically, but we're gonna keep your mind. And they made us think that we were free of everything.
Yeah.
We never really were.
Never. Which is really interesting, because around the same time when they abolished slavery, you got to think you had this huge amount of people. And when you abolish slavery, you just let them free. You didn't give them nothing. You didn't give them no food, no land, no water. You just set them free, and then you created laws. Soon as that happened, you created certain laws, like you go to a certain place for stealing, which that place became, as we know now, prisons, jails, for stealing, for being homeless. All these things so they could take all the slaves and re-enslave them. Because even to this day right now, if you are a prisoner, you are technically a slave.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, we was working for fucking 20 cents in prison.
Exactly.
We get paid like $15 a month.
Exactly. Now we're talking to somebody that has former experience in that system. That's why he's saying what he's saying. He's not just talking out of his ass. All right. This is real shit. Right.
We work 7 days a week. There's no day off.
Exactly. There ain't no chilling, man. You just that's what you're doing. You know what I mean?
You have no family, nobody on the outside world, and you owe a fine. You would only be able to eat what they provide you in prison, which is not very much. So on certain lockdowns, you will starve. Maybe not to a point where it's inhumane starving, but starving is starving. That shit's inhumane. Yeah,
better yet, you better be damn good at fasting.
Oh, yeah, that's where you do it. That's what you
Because you don't have much of a damn option at that point.
It's bad.
You know what I mean? It ain't no joke. Now that's just the new physical slavery, right? There's something we're dealing with now that we're not realizing, and it's a mental slavery. It's a psychological warfare, right? Now, like if you go and watch my health video, I think last week, I'm talking about the lawsuit on fast food restaurants. How their McDonald's and Burger King are being sued for what is it? I forgot the name of the chemicals. It's in the video, but it's basically 9,000 chemicals combined in the packaging of the food, and that's leaking off into your food. So now you're eating these chemicals, and now the problem with these chemicals, the reason why they're getting sued, is because some of these chemicals cannot be taken out of the body. You cannot detox them away. They're in you forever. They're ingrained in your system, right? Same with microplastics. Every time you sip a bottle of plastic, you consume a tiny, mini amount of plastic, right? And then over time, that builds up into your system, and now you got a damn plastic in your system. Especially if you're a pregnant woman, then you give birth to a child, and that child's been infused with that plastic. And what happens? It's been scientifically proven for the last, I think, 2 generations, the males their taints have been shrinking. Now, if you know what that means, that's what in the fetus, when you're a baby, that's what they determine your man or a woman is through your taint. A man has an enlarged taint, a female has a smaller taint. But now the male's taint is shrinking. Obviously not to like a humongous scale, but fast forward that 5-6 generations. It might get smaller and smaller if we don't change something. if we don't change something. So what does that mean? That means we need to change our diet, which me and him will be talking about diet on Monday. So y'all will be seeing that on Monday. We'll talk more a little bit about that. But I really wanted to bring that video on because that really showed his emotion. It really showed how serious he is about this shit. And I feel the same. I feel the same way. You know, there comes a time when it's like, okay, when the hell are we gonna pick up our swords, man? Right? When are we gonna pick up our swords? But we're gonna get into something interesting too, which is I feel like this is a way to unlock something within yourself. Right now, if y'all know XX, y'all know XX the rapper, right? XX extension, whatever they call him, right? Yeah, Tentacion, yes. He was a sound engineer. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if anybody knows that. He was a sound engineer. That's what he was. Right? Before he was a rapper, he was a sound engineer. He was also a fighter. He used to whip people's ass, but anyways, he was a sound engineer. That's what he liked to do. He liked to manipulate sound. And he learned, which if you dive deep into this, which I hope you do, if you're watching this, dive deep into his stuff, into his videos, whatever they have left of him. He was a sound engineer, and he figured out how to display a different frequency behind his music, because you know all the music you're listening to now has a certain frequency. I believe it's 443 hertz. Maybe I'm wrong. I might have butchered that. People correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But it's a 400. I think it's 443 hertz. It's behind the music. You can't even hear it. Right? Kanye West also talked about this as well. Now Kanye West is one of the most popular producers on earth. So if anybody knows about sound and music, it's him. And he talked about this. He talked about how the frequency of that sound, that hertz that they're using, is lowering our frequency level. Right now, if you want to reach your infinite potential of your mind, then you need to understand frequency, vibration, and energy. Right? Which is what? Is what? 369, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
369, you know. Or the formula of energy is E equals MC squared, right? That's what makes energy. But either way. So this video right here is gonna show some examples on how powerful sound is and what it can do. Right? And I'll give you an example of what some of this is doing to your body. But it's about a minute. Probably not gonna watch the whole thing, but we'll watch some of it. I believe that's salt, if I'm correct. I don't think it has to be salt, but I'm pretty sure he's using salt. You see that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now he's gonna change things. He's gonna make another shape. I got another one after this that's even more incredible. And watch what it does. It's incredible. Now the sound is shifting the physical matter. Look at that. See that? Look how beautiful that looks.
That's crazy.
See that shit? Look at that. Look at that. Now that's just the power of sound right now. That's the TikTok for it right there. If you want to see some more of that, go to that TikTok right there. So you can see more of this cool stuff that this guy does with vibrations. Now there's another one after this that I'm gonna show you as well that's just as phenomenal, but it doesn't have an actual guy involved doing this. He's doing it in a different manner, which I've been studying these for a while. They're fascinating stuff.
Visualizing sound through somatics.
See, they're changing the frequency hertz. You see that? Look at that. Yeah.
And they get all colorful and shit.
Yeah. Now, hold on real quick. That's the TikTok for that one if you want to go see some more of that stuff. Now, the reason why I want to show these is I want you to understand that you have a substance in your body, multiple substances, multiple chemicals inside your body, fluids, specifically water. You know what I mean? Then you got your blood. You got all different types of chemicals in your brain, that dimethyltryptamine, DMT, all these chemicals inside your brain, your giant chemical factory. But they're all moving liquids. Right now, there's I talked about this before. If y'all been watching this, you're probably going to hear exactly what I'm going to tell him, but he's going to be pretty fascinated with this as well. So cuz there was a scientist, right? Now, he took a water bottle, right? Filled up with water. And he took it and he prayed to it, basically. He said beautiful things like, I love you, you're amazing, you're gorgeous, you taste amazing, fascinating. And then he put it in the freezer and froze it. He pulls it out the freezer, puts it onto his thing, and basically zooms into it with a microscope, right? Matter of fact, I kind of butchered that. He took the water bottle. He zoomed in on the water bottle. He saw the regular molecules. He said the beautiful things to it. He froze it, pulled it out the freezer, and then checked the molecules again. And the patterns of the molecules changed from before he talked to after he talked. When he talked to the water bottle, he said what he said. The molecules of the water changed, and they were beautiful hexagonal patterns. Right now, he melted it down. Did the same thing. Took the water bottle. And he said horrible things to it. Bad things. I hate you. I don't like you. You're disgusting. Whatever. Put in the refrigerator, freezer, froze it, took it out, zoomed back into it. The beautiful molecules from before changed. Now they were terrible looking. They weren't stable. They were corrupted. They were falling apart. They were horrible. Now what the guy displayed is he displayed that our words can change the minerals within the water bottle. Now, I studied these things called quarks. Like if you dive deep into our molecules, we have this thing called quarks. And quarks change every time you look at them. So every time you blink, you look at it, the quark changed into something else. That's inside your body. So if your words can change the water in the outside world, what makes you think that your words aren't changing the water inside you? So if you're able to manipulate the minerals of the outside world inside yourself, then you could do anything. That means you can literally change the minerals within your body.
That's bugged out.
Now, what does that mean? That's the power of affirmations. See, I write every day, right? I write every day. Now, whatever you write has a 50% chance of coming to existence.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Right? So take that seriously, people, when it comes to your body and your mind. You're able to change things, you're able to manipulate those things. Now, if you go back again, because I'm gonna highlight all the stuff I've been talking about. They've been talking about a gene within the Western African hemisphere that only that area has that gene. I believe it's the sub-Sahara area of Africa has.
You were saying something about that.
Exactly. They have this specific gene. They call it all types of words, but it's basically like a godly gene. It's a gene that only those people carry that's not from this world. It's from somewhere else, which is kind of what Rashad talks about as well. In his podcast, he talks about how we came from a different star system, right? That everybody on this earth came from somewhere else. Like the white people and us, we all came from different different systems, right? Now you know that you have something in you that only you have if you're from that area, if you're Sub-Saharan black, which is Nigeria, Congo, you know what I mean, all that type of area. You have some type of genetic within inside you that nothing else on this planet has, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, you also have melanin, right? Which is your tan, brown, black pigmentation. Allows you to absorb energy from the sun, and what's beautiful about it is you absorb energy from the sun. And then your skin, the darker your skin is, the more light you hold in.
That's crazy.
The more light you hold in, that's why it's important. They're able to hold in more light the darker you are. Now, the more light you hold in, most likely the longer you can stay at that peak potential state. The more longer you can live, the more everything about you stronger, because this is a light world, right? Light universe, light planet, everything.
It's crazy, right? That's why the genetics is crazy for black people.
Yeah, even for you, you're Hispanic. Hispanics come from West Africa.
Yeah.
Even you.
Right.
Well, what's West Africa? I just said that the West African hemisphere has that genetical strain. How do you know you don't?
I mean, I probably do.
You're predominantly Hispanic.
I haven't really looked into my ancestry, and I don't
Oh.
know my grandmother.
Yeah,
On both ends, I don't know anything. We don't know anything after that.
exactly. So you would have to dive super deep into that to figure out as far back as that goes, right? See where you go, see where you come from, all that good stuff.
How would I be able to find that out?
Well, multiple ways. You could try to trust the system, which Ancestry was great, but BlackRock just purchased their entire shit. Now, if you know what BlackRock is basically the largest asset holding company on Earth. They basically, as a company, they have more money than countries.
Yeah.
Right.
I know they're basically behind almost everything.
Exactly, and it's really bizarre because they bought Ancestry.com. So basically, they bought a company that holds the DNA of millions of people.
So they clones.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of bugging.
Pretty weird, right? Why did they make that fucking move?
Yeah, that's that. Well, doubt.
And on top of that, Google and a couple other tech companies have the ability to download consciousness. Now, I don't know exactly what the hell that means, but what it sounds like to me is whatever you feel, whatever you are, they're able to take that and put it into another system.
How would I get that from me?
Well, if you dive deep inside of you, what are you? If this is all a matrix, which is a system of numbers, then you're just also a system of numbers. You're a quantum computer.
Basically.
Your brain is a computer system. And I'll tell you why it's a computer system.
It's crazy because everything in our body is controlled through electricity.
Yeah, we're electrical. Exactly, we're a computer system.
We have electrical current running through our body.
Yeah, all we are is walking brains.
Yeah, but the brain is a battery. It's a memory unit.
It's
your heart.
It's a computer.
It's that competitor.
Yeah.
It's your computer. It's your hard drive.
Yeah, it's everything. It's your whole desktop. And then your eyes is your screen.
That's the monitor.
You know what I'm saying? So you're basically a walking computer, right? So they also talk about they're able to hack humans. Now, I believe in this because I've hacked myself. Now, what I mean by I hacked myself, well, how I ended up changing a lot of things within my life was I have a certain thing that I do. I don't really talk about this much. I talked to my brother about this, but I'll bring it all to y'all, and y'all can see what y'all do. So we're at meditation, right? What is meditation? Like, meditation isn't sitting there, oh, mom, whatever. You could do that, shit, fine. And you can do all these breath movements and do all these things, great. But what I use meditation for is to see my screen, my black screen. So, you know, when you turn on the computer, you get that black screen with all them codes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Inside your mind, there's one of those screens that have all the programs you've downloaded your entire life. Now, if you could find that screen within your mind, you could find all those programs, you can delete programs and then put new programs in. Right? That simple. It seems crazy, but you can do that. So during meditation, I find that screen and I go in there and I see all the stuff that I've downloaded in my life, and I see what's not working. Okay, that's not working. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put something else in. But the key is you got to know codes. You got to know the code of what you want to put in and what it is. I don't know the codes, so I'm consistently experimenting. Let me put this code in there, see what this is. Let me try it for 30 days, see if it works. So it's taken me a long time to swift through all these codes and find out which one is going to work for what I want it to work for. But that's the reason why I'm studying coding now. I'm about 2 weeks into studying coding. I'm trying to learn coding, right?
How's that going?
It's going great. I love it. It's actually really interesting. I'm basically learning how to communicate with computers
That's dope.
through coding, through words. It's freaking incredible. I didn't know that's what it was until I started looking at it and I started breaking it down. I was just like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah.
No,
That's a whole different world.
but to go back to what we originally talked about Tentacion being a sound engineer. Now he stated that he wasn't using the same frequency as all the other people that do their music that are well known by the world. They're using that regular frequency that's set across the board. He decided to use a different frequency. And he stated that his frequency he used had the ability to push you into astral projection. Right? And after all that, he was killed. He was shot, killed. He's dead. He's gone.
Yeah. A robbery has that gone bad.
Yeah. Which is what happens to all the super, I don't want to say awoken, but super unplugged black people. Tupac, for example. All right? Tons of them. They come up with these incredible things and they get taken out the game because they don't want to cooperate with certain people.
Yeah.
Well, they come up with something crazy. Like I know, like you said, you were in the system, so I'm sure you've met people in there that were locked up for things that didn't make any sense.
I was locked up with a dude who was basically a prisoner of the president. He was an American soldier, and he went against, I forget what, he went against something. He spoke out against somebody, and they put him in federal prison.
Yeah.
And he's been there for like 20 years.
And probably ain't never gonna get out
He's never gonna get out.
because he probably not even known in the damn system.
They don't have a charge.
You see what I'm saying? That's the shit we're dealing with, people. That's what we're up against.
Yep.
That's what we're up against. So if you're gonna get in and talk about this, like what I'm doing here, I hope you're ready and understanding that you better be down to be taken out for this shit.
Yeah, they will silence you.
You know what I'm saying?
If you unlock a term, like, you know,
If you're able to influence the masses.
yeah, if you're able to teach the shit they don't want you to learn.
Yeah. Because it's a system. People, it's a system set in play.
Why do you think school's meant for us to fail? Black folks and Spanish folks. That is show is designed for us to fail.
Yeah.
That was a documentary on Netflix. And
Of course. Yeah.
But the system today is designed for minorities to fail. The system is designed for us to fail. Police are the white privilege shit.
Yeah, they're wardens.
Police are trained to protect white people,
Yeah.
not us.
Not us, man. That's what we came up with, gangs. What they call gangs, they call it gangs. It was organizations to protect colored people. That's what they were created for.
And they have these big music execs coming with these big fat checks to help them poison the mind and influence the youth.
Yes, in a certain way.
They have the youth that had no fathers in their life, no guidance in their life, to believe that what these rappers is rapping about is actuality when it's not.
Exactly.
You got these young kids subconsciously believing this rap life growing into somebody that not portraying this shit.
Yep.
Right now, gun violence. My generation was drugs. They destroyed my generation right now with drugs.
Yep.
We got a pandemic. Epidemic.
Yep.
Everybody's high. It's not.
Yeah.
And now the epidemic because it hit white society. But it's
Yes. It's always been there with us.
You still see your doctor, your lawyer,
Yep.
all on drugs.
Yep.
They get drugs that they get prescribed from a doctor.
Yep.
But if you go back to it before it gets that, before they put it in a pill or they make it into a liquid, that's the heroin.
Yeah.
That's that.
It's yeah, same shit.
The shit on the streets is just the raw material shit that they steal, and that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got underground chemists making it, but the high that it projects out you into your mind is no different than what you get on the street.
Same shit. It's all drugs, man. It's all chemical enhancements.
Yeah, but
right?
Now you got all these rappers talking about all these kids want to get on it now. Understand something? They took our freedom of speech away from us.
A long time ago. We never had it. We never had it.
You can't say nothing because everybody's too sensitive.
Exactly.
You can't say nothing now because now we get hold. Oh, you're fat shaming.
Especially as a male. As a male, you talk about masculinity. You talk about what we're talking about right now. You get canceled. That's why I already told people I'm already ready for that. That's fine.
Like, that's our amendment. They took that away from us.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
No,
Realize
they don't. They don't see it at all.
It's bugged out, man. They do it. That's what I'm saying. It's a slave to their mind. There's so much shit going on that throughout there in the pandemic. I don't even think that's just real. What happened to COVID?
Yeah, no, it didn't exist. And if it did exist, it was a damn snake poison.
I just feel like that was the way that the government purged the world.
Yeah, but
Population was up. They had to figure out how they got to kill us. Who they kill out? They killed off the weak and the old.
yeah. Control, man. They don't want you connecting to your elders, right? Because your elders hold certain bits of information that can allow you to progress further in your life and in your mind. If they cut that off from you, you know nothing. Just like he said in the video, you don't even know who the fuck you are. You don't know where you come from. You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to reach your peak potential if you don't even know who the fuck you are? You have no connection to nothing. So like I said before, we're like the lost children of the world, right? So there comes a time when you gotta start opening your own mind yourself. But what does that lead you to? Information control. You control the money, you control the information, you control the people, or therefore you control the food, and then you control the people. So they're knocking you out on all forms, on all levels. Your food is bullshit, which you could see that on my health day, bro. I'm explaining that shit all the time.
It's processed food, everything is.
All that shit's bullshit. It's all bullshit, man. All your food's fucking modified and changed. Your bananas didn't even have seeds. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. It's like how can you make? How is it veganic or organic? Because veganic is past organic. That's like the most natural way you can go.
Yeah.
But how is it the almost natural way you go, but it's still chemicals?
Well, number one, you got multiple factors behind that question. The pesticides they're putting on there aren't good for you. That's number one. Number two, they're going in there and they're modifying the genes of the plant by crossbreeding. And then on top of that, you don't even know what minerals the soil is being used to grow all your food. So all the minerals they're giving can be junk, but the plant does have to survive on certain shit. So they can't completely destroy it. That's why if you look into like Dr. Sebi, he talks about you want to eat alkalized diet, which means you don't want nothing that's inside the ground. Like potatoes grow inside the ground, carrot, all that stuff grows inside the ground, so you don't want to fuck with none of that. You want to fuck with everything that's getting sun because we're electrical beings. Even your water's bullshit. When you go to the hospital for dehydration, they don't give you water.
They give you like a saline.
Like a saline fluid, a sugar water. They don't give you H2O. So why are we drinking H2O if it's not given to you when you're dehydrated? What is it? You don't need it. You need H3O2, which is what? You get that from your fruits. Coconut water, watermelon, cucumbers. You get it from that stuff. But the problem is, over here, they're messing with shit so much that you don't even know what the hell's going on. So the goal needs to be for all of us that's watching this, that are trying to free their mind and unplug, which is what people are trying to do. You need to grow your own shit. Eat better. So grow your own foods. Make your own products for your skin, because your skin is one of the biggest organs, and your hair is very important. Feed that shit. Feed your hair. Everything.
I thought my man was crazy because I made a garden inside his house.
Yeah.
Not outside, inside.
Now you know why.
And all his shit is like hydroponics. All his shit with
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
You know, soil.
Yeah.
Everything's in fish tanks, and you got tomatoes. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm just done with that. I read some stuff that changed my view on life.
Yeah.
Put in my body.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I need to read that.
Yeah. Facts. Like, We really need to start really thinking about that stuff, man. How to take care of yourself in a better way, because the goal needs to be is to unlock whatever's in here, because we're at war.
Yeah.
Now, people think we're at war in the wrong way. We're at war with something that we do even understand. Something came that was so strong that beat us. We lost, people. We lost. No matter what we say, something beat us a long time ago. Something a long time ago beat us. Some of the strongest people on earth. Now, why would they hold people down? Why would they hold down the strongest African people? Because those are the only ones that have the potential to beat them in the future. You don't give your enemies power. You keep them stupid. Which is what they do, right? Now, like I said, something came here that was 10 times stronger than... Now, we were gods. Remember that. We were gods. We were unbelievably powerful. All these little stories you hear about all these superheroes, and that's us. Right? That's us. That's how strong we are. At our peak potential, at our full peak potential. We're able to accomplish anything, right? Yeah. So something came here and was able to beat that. That's what you need to think about. That's what we're really up against. We're up against something that was able to beat the gods.
That make it enormous, crazy.
Yeah. So I know that went deep, went crazy, people. That's the whole point. You know, I need to get in your minds. I need you to understand that you need to think. You need to think, and you need to help your kids think. You need to think. Now, they're going to come at you. They're not going to want you to think. They're going to say everything you say is crazy. They're going to say you're crazy. They're going to say you don't belong here, or you're a criminal, or you're this, you're that. They're going to do whatever they can to make you think your thoughts are wrong.
That's what they do to me.
Yeah, every day. Yeah. And then they petrify the shit out of you. They traumatize the hell out of you by throwing you in a damn metal box. Yeah, then you gotta come out here, and you gotta realize, damn, if I continue on this way of thought, they're gonna throw me back in there.
Think about spending a year in a room no bigger than a closet.
Yeah.
Like a 12 by like a room that's like a 10 by 10.
Yeah.
And you got a bed in there, a toilet, a sink, and a shower.
That's all you got.
All you got. And then you got books and pieces. You rent books up, so you can slide them on the door.
Yep.
They bring the book out once a week, and they don't change the books for like 2-3 months.
So you gotta think about that. That's what you waiting for, a book cart.
Nah, it's crazy because you legit read anything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you read anything that comes through under that door.
Yeah.
And be motherfucking the Three Little Pigs.
Yeah.
You like, fuck it.
Memorize that damn shit. All right. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So we expect some of our top dogs, some of our alphas, to come out of that type of system and come out here and still meet their full potential. So what I'm trying to say is, the ones that are out here, us that are out here, we must be stronger and strong enough to make sure that they're good when they come out. Because most of the people in there, regardless of how you want to think about it, some of those are our strongest males. That's why they went to prison, right? Because they were thinking outside the box. They were basically going up against the system.
Hell yeah. That's just no joke.
It's no joke, people. It's no joke. This ain't a fucking game. And now they just locked up another one right now for talking on our social media platform.
Because the hate is so real.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be smart, bro.
No, man, they don't want us to be strong, but we're going to be strong. We're going to get strong, and I'm going to help you get strong, whatever I can do. And there's others out there doing the same thing I'm doing too. So let's stay strong, stay humble, people. That's about life. We did damn 40 minutes. I didn't expect that, but I'm glad glad he got to talk about some good stuff that was on his head that needed to be talked about, which we're going to get more out of his ass. Because he got a lot of shit in that brain that he don't want to talk about. I know he don't, but he need to. And the world needs to see that and hear that. Because that shit's important. Because this is what our men are going through.
Yeah.
This is real, man. This is real shit.
Hell yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
People take granted for really, and people take granted for the things we can do.
Yeah.
There's one thing I do regret is not going and finishing school. Now that I've walked through this path, I'm like, damn, you know, I'm capable of doing anything. Like I'm capable of doing. I'm smart, bro. I'm so witty and smart and sharp. Like sometimes I look at people and I'm like, damn, like you're slow. Like I don't mean slow, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like, it's like fast paced with shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, you not seeing this?
No, I know. I'll be the same way.
I'd be like, hold on, I can't. This nigga's not on my speed. I gotta keep it moving. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be like, so you got.
Yeah.
I went to a federal prison where I was with people with the best of the best from all over the world. Not even our country.
Yeah. All over the world.
I was a dude. I was with a hitman dude that was caught in New York for 12 bodies, but he said that he had 30 of this girl.
Yep.
And these are the they got for 12 in this country.
Yeah.
Like, this Russian dude named Alex. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But he's the most quiet, humble, and smart dude. He used to always play me in chess every single day.
Yeah.
And he was mad cool. He used to always give me mad good books. And he was like one of the smartest people I've ever met.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
And what his job was to do was to kill you.
Yeah. To take you out the earth.
That motherfucker was smart. And he was like smart like a surgeon. Like,
Yeah. Intelligent.
Yeah, like that was his thing. He
Yeah.
human.
Yeah. It's incredible. But this is what I'm saying. These are the people that are locked away that have something in their mind. You know what I mean? And they chose to use it in a certain way. Now, I'm not gonna say I will never understand how you feel, but like I just wish that you were able to use the resources you had at that time to implement it into something else faster.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like if that was able to happen, it would have took you off the map in a different way.
I just felt like I had so much stuff. Once again, I wasn't woke. So what was really going on around me. Understand too, like evils around you will make you blind.
Facts. That's what it's there for.
I'm saying, like
The light is blinding, bro.
I have woken
Yeah.
when I'm at my best. Like I mean, like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I think the most, and I come up with the most plans, and when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
I'm the most conscious, like by myself.
Honestly, but that's why I'm the way I am, though, because I've been by myself for so long.
Yeah.
I've been by myself for so long, so I'm able to not have anybody's time restraints holding me back.
But I'm not gonna hold you like I'm like that. But I also appreciate the simple fact that I have my girl who's the same way. She likes to be by herself.
Yeah.
But we're able to talk and bounce shit off each other. So when I'm thinking certain things, I'll go and talk to her and she'll give me a different point of view. So that I'll be like, hold on, wait, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see points, the same point of views because there's no other point of view. Like, so it's just good to always have that person too.
Yeah.
Like that you
Well-
by yourself all the time, but it's always good that you know you have somebody in your circle that's with you all the time.
Agree, because I studied billionaires and millionaires and generals and warlords and all that my whole life. Like I talked about this many times, but like there's one thing I've always been missing, which is the reason why it's so hard for me to take off faster.
Yeah.
Now I'm great by myself. I could do anything, but you can't do everything at once.
No, absolutely not.
So for example, I'm doing this podcast. Let's say I had a partner that was editing on my videos. What would happen? I would have more time to record. If I had another person that was marketing, putting all my stuff on the internet for me, that gives me more time to record.
Yeah,
But instead, I got to take 2 hours to edit and upload all my shit. Now, that's 2 hours missing out of my time. I only got 24 hours. I got to sleep at least 3 hours.
so that means you lose your 21 hours.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, it's great to understand who you are by yourself, understand your peak potential by yourself. But as soon as you figure out that peak potential by yourself and you realize what you're doing and your eyes are awake and you can see everything you need to see, then you need to start recruiting. You need to find a team. Now, the problem is it's trust issues. Trust issues, because you got to find a team you can trust. And it's like, damn, how do you trust somebody with everything? You know, you really can't. It's hard.
But just when you start to do stuff like this, like you said, usually when business gets involved, you always want somebody that's, you know, go half with you. Or if it's three of us, we all throw a third in.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if I fuck up, I choose to do some shit, I'm not the only one that's losing. I mean, I'm taking a hit too. I'm not only fucking you over, I'm fucking myself over.
Yeah.
So it starts to give us like a boundary. And then eventually the boundary is like, man, this is love. Like, this is what this is about. It's an unspoken word, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how a lot of contracts be formed. And like, I want to do this, and then one of them gets sick of it, breaks the contract, and allow him fucks himself.
Yeah. Like, it comes down to this. Like, with me, everything I want to do, I have to learn it myself. I have to know a little bit about everything. So it's kind of a form of protection. Right now, doing this podcast, I know how to edit, I know how to create, and I know how to market. So now I'm learning how to code. Right? And then once I know how to code, then I could do web development. I could start creating websites and develop products like apps and NFTs and all types of shit like that, and be a freelancer, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn everything I can. I wish I didn't have to. I wish I had a coder. I wish I had a marketer. I wish I had all that shit. But you know, like Andrew Tate said, it's like all this shit's a scam, man. So in a world full of scams, you gotta trust a scammer.
Who's gonna teach you the way?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn that shit. So that's what I'm doing now. That's why I do these videos. I'm working with people. I'm recruiting. I'm talking to people. I'm learning things. I'm learning who's there, who's doing what people are good at. That's why so far I put one of my cousins across all the platforms except one. He hasn't been on 2. Now you've been on 4. You'll be on 4 after this one. And then my brother's been on 2. My sister's been on 2. And I'm slowly bringing more people. I got another guy I'm about to bring on that I know from work. He has his own podcast. So I'm going to bring him on. Start bringing him on to stuff. And then maybe he'll know people that I could bring on as well. And keep doing that.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, next thing you know, you got a motherfucker like Kanye West coming out here. Somebody like that.
Well, I'm hoping the goal is, I'm hoping that as I bring all y'all on, y'all find things within this that you can grow yourselves from.
That's a fact. I just been thinking, I'm getting my money right. I'm not situated.
Yeah, foundation.
Figure out what I'm going to do next.
Well,
I'm in the beginning stages of my next phase in life.
yeah. Maybe this. Maybe what I'm doing. Maybe you jump on here with me and start podcasting people.
Yeah, it might be my calling, man. Really.
Me and you bringing on people. All 3 of us talk about things. Life.
Yeah.
You know. But anyways, guys, that was damn near an hour on Spirit. I didn't expect to go that long. I'm glad we did. There was a lot of good information. I'm gonna end this here. It's about life. It's your boy Black Duplicate and Spliff. So I hope y'all grasp some good content, some good stuff. And all the links to all that stuff will be in the bio. So if you want to go look at some dope stuff, look at some cool shit. He's going to be growing too, so some of his stuff's going to be coming. So look out for Spliff. You got any questions for him, you can always hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And I'll make sure he gets those questions answered for y'all. But yeah, we love all y'all. It's all love here. So we out. It's about life.
Peace and love.
Yeah.